All right. Um, welcome. Um, I just want to go over a few key points because I've seen a lot of people getting stirred up about this whole Jeffrey Epstein files thing, right? And I just got to say a few things just to kind of, you know, clarify some things up. I just want to let y'all know that, like, once again, they got us. When are we? Now I'm gonna just keep it real over here. When are we gonna stop like feeding into the propaganda and the stuff that like it? There is no Democrats. There ain't no Republicans. There ain't no left. There ain't no right. It is normal class people like us and the people up there that are in the club. And I just don't think that you guys understand how deep and satanic and evil this really goes. I just don't think that you've truly grasped it. For example, why is there a left and a right to begin with? You ever think about that? Hmm? And then how come, hold on, and then how come every time somebody gets elected, they serve their term, and how has it made you better? Because it's not for you. You want to know why? Because you're not in the club. Unfortunately, you're not in the club. But you don't want to be in that club. Trust and believe. You have to do a lot. It ain't what you think. You have to, like, you're basically bought and paid for. You have to do rituals, all sorts of weird kind of things that you probably aren't truly conditioned to do. I know I'm not. I don't want no part of it. Um so whatever they're gonna release, bro, just stop paying attention to that because that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. But let's talk about our boy. Well, not really our boy, but let's talk about Epstein's punk ass here for a minute. I'm going to try and not blow a head gasket, I promise. I'm going to try to be as educational and informal as possible because I've done a lot of research on this. Not a lot of people have. So I figure knowledge is power, and the more that you know, then the more you could start to be aware that, like, they are out here playing games with us. We are nothing more than one big ranch, right? You might as well call this America Inc. or America LLC, right? Because we're out here just like cattle to them, man. They don't care. They don't give a shit, right? They don't. They never have. They never will. Why? Because we're not in the club. Plain and simple. We're not in the club. Now, I guess I should explain why the true declassified list will never come out. Ever. You want to know why? Because the moment that you really truly see the names on that list and what's truly going on, you will never fly on their airlines ever again. You will never shop at their stores ever again. You'll never click the submit button to purchase anything from their website ever again. Is it starting to all come together now? Are you starting to get it? It's the same thing like the KKK. Why do you think they hide their faces? You think that's like, oh, just a uniform or some kind of something? Why the KKK be? No, bruh. It's because you'll never shop at their stores ever again. Think about it. It would be a complete economical collapse, and they aren't going to risk that. I'm telling you, bro, they would rather blow it up and turn this whole land into a parking lot before they give up an ounce, even a little bit of the power and control that they have. I just don't think you understand. We are not a part of the club, right? Now, while they're firing off this gun right here about this Epstein file stuff, trust and believe they're shooting off 20 other guns in another direction. But like I said, they got us. They got us. They got us. You know how many people I just see on the newsfeed online, go say no names and throw you out there on the bus like that, but like how many people I've seen like tripping over this Epstein file stuff? Why? Instead, we need to be forming a plan, right? Because there's more of us than them. So instead of tripping over this bullshit, we need to be forming a plan because they don't care about us, but they need us too. Why? Money, 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 money. Yeah, of course they could just keep printing it out and whatever, but that ain't here or there. It's like they don't care about us, but they need us. It's a weird satanic like push and go, like shove thing, man. I'm telling you. Okay, so old Jeffy, may he rot in hell. But old Jeffy. So a lot of you. All right, hold on. About to start cooking in the kitchen like Grandmama used to do it. All right, so let's start from square one, right? Where did this dude come from? How did he obtain all his power? And let me see what else. And yeah, just what exactly happened? What went on, right? Now, notice how I said earlier, right? That I said if you knew some of the people on this list, you wouldn't shop at their stores no more, right? All right. So get ready. This might be a shocker to some of you. Or maybe it isn't. I don't know, but I'm just going to try my best. So here we go. Does anyone know who Les Wexner is? Do you know who that is? Do you know? I guarantee if you did know who it was and knew what he did, you wouldn't shop at his store no more. Oh, I gave you a clue. I just gave you a clue. Is it starting to come together? Come on. Just guess. Guess who that guy is. Old 88-year-old bastard. Guess who he is. Why's the dog barking? I swear, bro, she'd be just barking at leaves and air and just... I'm in here trying to cook. Dog gonna make me burn my meal up. But nah, for real. Les Wexner. Do you know who that is? Look it up. It might make your stomach turn inside out because a lot of you people have either went there and spent a lot of money, or you just go there willingly and just spend money anyway because, oh my goodness, I need this. I'm going to wait 5 more seconds. This is about to get real. And I'm going to just give you just a rough summary, right? Just a rough summary of this whole Jeffrey Epstein thing and these files that you shouldn't be concerned with because they'll never tell the truth. Like, y'all got to stop playing into that shit. All right. So, Les Wexner, Victoria's Secret. Now, he's not the person that started Victoria's Secret by any means, but he definitely bought and took over the company for a very, very, very long time. Now, how many of you have Victoria's Secret items in your house right now? Guarantee it's almost 10 out of 10. Do you see why? Do you see why they're not gonna be real about this Epstein list and all this? Because I'm telling you, it would be a economic collapse, bruh. Because we've been thwarting and throwing money to put more money in these people's pockets so they could do this crazy shit that they do. I'm not saying it's all the way our fault, but like I said, if you really, really knew some of the names on this list, bruh, I'm telling you, it would jack you up in the head. So Les Wexner, yeah, he stepped down or whatever because he's an old bastard. But yeah, so he pretty much had a large part in how Victoria's Secret has been going, right? Oh, and if you also want to know Les Wexner, yeah, he wanted him. Weirdo. Pedo boy. Okay, so that's phase one. Les Wexner, phase one. Now, why is this important? It's important because he's the one that gave Jeff Epstein his start. Bet y'all didn't know that, did you? Uh-oh. Starting to cook. You want to throw out all your Victoria's Secret stuff now? Do you? I wouldn't blame you if you would. To be honest, it would. Well, considering you spent your hard-earned money on it, I guess just use it till it's gone. But you know, you can always just go get like underwear and things from somewhere else. But even then, they might be a part of the shit too. But anyway, so Les Wexner, right? So I can't remember the other guy's name, but he had a talent agent that would, you know, give the girls interviews, scout the girls, things like that, right? Okay. So Les gave Epstein, right? I mean, I might be missing some details here and there, but like I said, I'm just pretty much giving you like a rough draft and just bear with me. So this old bastard, right, got introduced to Jeff Epstein, right? And so then what would happen is when Jeff, you know, would be getting all this money and all these perks and stuff like that, right? This dude would go to these parties that, all right, hold on. Let me back up for a minute. See, this is so complex, bro. I've done hours of research on this crazy shit. Okay, so essentially, let's start with old Ghislaine Maxwell. Evil bitch. Let's start with her, right? So she was, I want to say like some kind of, like her dad would give her connections to like politicians and things like that. And she would go like speak at these conferences and things, environmentalist or some stupid shit. One of the ist, right? So afterwards, right? Cause you know, these people all know each other and then they party together, right? So afterwards, right? They would have these parties, right? And so this is where Les Wexner, his right-hand man, which was scouting these girls and working at the talent agency to put them on as models for Victoria's Secret, right? So essentially, Jeff would be like, okay, let me make a phone call, right? And he would get some of the finest women, right? Of age, though. See, it's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy. So he would get these women that were Victoria's Secret models or up and coming Victoria's Secret models, right? Would meet up with Ghislaine, right? At these parties that they would hold after these conferences with politicians, lobbyists, all sorts of stuff, right? And so these people would be like, dang, like this dude's got it going on. Like he's showing here, he's dressing sharp. He's showing up in nice cars. He's got beautiful women always around him. Like, we want to get to know that guy. You know what I'm saying? Because all these dudes got they old beat up wives at home and shit and really just be cheating on them left to right and regardless anyway. Bro, they're all a bunch of weirdos. But anyway, so that's how Jeff started to get his foot into the door, right? With a lot of these people. Is he would show up to these parties and things like that with these beautiful Victoria's Secret models, where I'm talking like dime pieces, bro. And And so people just wanted to get to know Jeff, right? Little did they know, though, was Epstein, the same way that our government doesn't have our best interests, well, Jeff didn't have their best interests at heart either. He was essentially I'm going to just go ahead and say it, an Israeli spy, collecting intelligence, blackmailing. I mean, the dude was a straight up scumbag, bro. Let's just be real. That's what I said. Rest in hell, bro. But, so, you know, he'd be at these parties with these women, would exchange numbers with some of these politicians, you know, lobbyists, things like that, right? Well, then, you know, they would end up contacting each other, and he would be like, oh, well, come to my beach property, in Florida, or come to my massive house in New York. All along, Les Wexner was funding this shit with his punk ass, right? Y'all love how deep this is getting? Bro, this is just surface level, dude. Y'all don't even, ooh, bruh. Ooh, I'm in here cooking. All right. So all along, Les Wexner is, he's fronting all the money to this, bruh. Fronting all the money to this, right? And his talent seeker or agent or whoever that was pretty much giving Jeff the overage girls to show up to the parties, right? Okay, so afterwards, you know, these people would hit him up, Oh, bitch, you already said that. Okay, so afterwards, you know, he'd be like, oh, come to my property in Florida, or come to my property over here, or hey, I'm getting an island soon, and right? Like, here's what gets crazy. So he never had any of these people's best interest at heart, right? And you know, with seduction and things like that you could really make a person do some really crazy shit, bro. Like, I'm dead serious. Okay, so he would be like, hey, you know, welcome to my abode, and and like, look, like, I'm gonna have this chick over here give you a massage, right? So I will be honest when I say this. Some of these people were well aware. They were super, super well aware that some of these girls were underage. But here's the kicker. There are a lot more of these people that didn't know. I'm going to just be real. I'm going to give some of these cats a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Just a little bit. Some of these people just didn't know. I mean, you're talking about a dude that every party he showed up to always had beautiful, beautiful women, bro. Right? So you would just assume, oh, well, this chick that's fitting to give me a massage must be of age, because he's always got, you know, all these model type women and shit around him, right? Wrong. So, you know, they would get a massage or whatever, and little did they know is during the whole process, like, they're being recorded, right? So after everything is all said and done, you know, you're in the study or the lounge or wherever at in this bastard's house, right? And he would just come out and say it. And he would just be like, yeah, I got you. And they'd be like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean you got me? Yeah, you just did weird things with the underage girl. I got you. So either you donate $1 million to either Harvard, MIT, whatever place I tell you to donate these millions of dollars to, you have to do it, or I'm going to tell on you and you're done forever. Right? So these people would be like, holy shit. Like, I've spent my life building my career, and I can't go that. Like, damn, I didn't know that girl was underage. Damn, man, you blackmailing the shit out of me. So, for example, you know, a person would donate under Jeff's name, right? Donate like $1 million to MIT, right? Well, guess who would get to oversee the intelligence in the projects going on because of his very, very large donation? Oh, you guessed it. You guessed it. Old Jeffy boy. Bruh, I'm in here cooking. Old Jeffy boy, right? Some of you might know this, some of you might not. But, so he would do that over and over and over and over and over again until eventually it got to the point to where they had so much blackmail and data on all these people that, like, he basically ruled the world. And like I said, if they were to release the real list, it would be an economic meltdown. Like, we would go and burn some of these places to the ground. We wouldn't shop at these places anymore. It would crash the economy. That's how deep this is. That's how hardcore this is. I'm not even joking. Some of these people did it willingly, but a overwhelming majority were blackmailed. They truly, there's only like maybe like a key few people that really knew what it was and knew that like it was some underage girl things and they're a bunch of sickos anyway. But some of these cats literally, they had no idea, man. They had no idea. And there's a lot of people in it, like a lot. It would be a true economic shutdown. But we could start with Victoria's Secret. Why you think this fuckboy... Damn, I'm cussing. Sorry. Why you think this dude stepped down? What, because of his age? Come on, man. Stop paying attention to what they're wanting you to pay attention to. And all you got to do is follow the money, right? Just start following the money and connecting the dots. And no, this fool didn't kill himself. They put this dude with a cellmate that murdered 4 people, and he was literally a nut job, bro. Come on, man. Let's be real. So, if I were you guys, the best thing you can do is stop paying attention to this propaganda bullshit, man. Stop doing it. It's not doing you any good. They're telling you what they want to tell you to keep us in our boxes, right? So that we keep fighting with each other. But you're welcome on the research there. I've done quite a lot. Like I said, that's just rough surface area though. So, you know. So does anyone still want to shop at Victoria's Secret? You shouldn't. Stay vigilant, people. It's us versus them. Always remember that. Take it easy.